So here's how I made this effect. First, I picked out a video. It's good to pick out one with a lot of movement and where you can see the 3D space. So I picked out one with a person snowboarding. And the first thing I did was I brought the video into this composition and I time remapped it so that I could slow down the area that I knew I wanted to have the collagey effect. So in this case, it was right here, this area. And basically you just slow it down by steepening the slope of the video. And so I exported out this whole base video and I brought it back in and I rotoscoped the person out. And you can see them here. And then so I exported this whole sequence out as a PNG sequence. And I made sure that the background was transparent by clicking this button because you just want the person. And so once you have that, you'll have a frame by frame of the person. And I think this came out to around 300 PNGs of just this person moving slowly frame by frame. And so after that, I went in again, I created a new composition, and this time this was for track points. So I brought in the original video with the time remap. And I basically went almost frame by frame, just tracking where the person was moving. I put one track point on the head of the person and one on the body or the chest of the person, because those were the most distinct points moving through the video. And you can see all these track points. And after that, I copy and pasted the tracking data into another composition right here, and you can see it all here. You basically just copy all the keyframes and paste them in. And then from there, I brought in the entire PNG sequence. And what you have to do is you have to sort it out so that the very last layer is on top because the person's coming at you. It's the opposite if the person's moving away in the video. The last layer is on the bottom. So basically, I had to resort all of these. And what you get is this weird warm effect with all the sequences, all the PNGs. So because this is like a lot of frames, I decided to use every 5th PNG, which I brought into my final composition video. So here we have around, I believe, 15 frames of the person moving. It's really simplified. But there was an issue with that. You can see the video underneath. If you can see here, you can see a little bit of gray of the person underneath while it's moving. So to fix that, I took the PNGs that I was going to use into Photoshop and I created a background to put behind each PNG. So if you see here, basically, I just brought in each PNG one by one, and I put in like a nice color behind it. Also to give it more impact as it's moving through. And then I exported those out as PNGs and brought them in. And I made each background layer the same length as the body or the frame of the person, so that there would be one addition of a background with each person. And then you can see how that looks right here. And then I decided to add a few more effects to just make it fun and bubbly. So I used the 3D effect in Illustrator and I added these little stars here. And basically it's just 2 frames of them like moving back and forth, just with a slight rotation. And then to fully emphasize those colors, for the final thing, I just went back to the original image 361, the original video, and I added a hue and saturation layer. And I basically just brought that saturation all the way to -100 so that the video would come in black and white. So that everything's black and white except for just the person when the collage effect hits. And yeah, that's basically it.